Summer 2018, the decision 3.0. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's going on YouTube? Job out here, back on channel once again. Today we are back with another NBA discussion video. This time, where should LeBron James go this free agency 2018? And as you guys all know, LeBron James coming off an incredible playoffs run this year with the Cleveland Cavaliers leading the way for the Cavs in the NBA Finals, getting swept by the Golden State Warriors. But LeBron James 2018 free agency, it's a big move here. LeBron James by himself, a pen and paper, because changed so much for the NBA. LeBron James by himself, any team, it's big. So no further ado, let's look at all the options. Here we go. So first up, and probably the most unlikely, is staying with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, the Cavs. Will LeBron James stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers? And as you guys all know, that's most likely unlikely. The team around LBJ is not the greatest now, and I'm not going to say the team is bad with Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood, and Larry Nance Jr. and other players such as J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver. I'm not saying they're bad players, but with LeBron James and this playoff run, it didn't really fit too good this season. The only other pro I could really see is his hometown ties in Cleveland, Ohio. And but besides that, whatsoever, there doesn't really eligible pros you can really say for LeBron James to stay in Cleveland, Ohio. And next up, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James, LA. It seems like a good old fit with possibly a Paul George or possibly DeMarcus Cousins. Let's say it's a Paul George. We would have Paul George, LBJ, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, possibly Randall, but I doubt it. So that could be a decent matchup. But the con is, can you really see that team beating the Warriors? At this point in LeBron James' career, he wants rings. He wants the GOAT title. So rings is the #1 thing on his mind right now. And with that team of LeBron James, Paul George, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, like I said, is that team good enough to beat Curry, KD, Clay, Draymond, Iggy? Is that team good enough? That's the true question. That's the only question. Is that team good enough to beat Golden State? And I'm sorry, but I don't think it is, and that's the only problem. I don't think it is. The Lakers got room for 2 max contracts. Paul George is possibly one, most likely. I don't. LeBron James, a decent, pretty good team in the Western Conference, but still not good enough to beat Golden State. The Houston Rockets. Now this team came one final game away from beating the Golden State Warriors, and that probably is the biggest con. If LeBron James is on that team right now, it might be winning the NBA championship. Possibly LeBron James, Chris Paul, James Harden, Capella, Eric Gordon, possibly win the NBA championship. But the biggest key factor is contract problems. Chris Paul has stated he wants a max contract. Clint Capella, a team probably gonna overpay for him. He is a restricted free agent, and also they got Trey Ryder and Ryan Anderson, and possibly Eric Gordon, and knock out the entire bench. So if the Houston Rockets somehow could sign LeBron James, this team will probably look vastly very different in the Western Conference with LeBron James on that team, without no Ryan Anderson, possibly I know Eric Gordon. The bench probably got to release or trade a lot of bench players, so the team will look a lot different. And now the Rockets seem not too great of a destination for LeBron James. And also James Harden inside of the playoffs, as you all know, is kind of inconsistent. But overall, I'm not sure if the Rockets are a great fit for LeBron James because of the contract extensions, everything contract wise. This team cannot look good once LeBron James is added on, and that's the problem there. Next up, we have the Philadelphia 76ers leading the way with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, a possible iconic duo in the future. Ben Simmons could look a very like a superstar, but the only problem we have here is health issues with Joel Embiid. And plus also, can Ben Simmons work with LeBron James? Because as you all know, Ben Simmons cannot shoot the ball whatsoever. If he could get a decent mid-range shot, I'm still not sure that will work with LeBron James. Cause LeBron James works in a shooters team with now, but they also have JJ Redick, Robert Covington, and Marco Bellinelli that could work out, but Ben Simmons cannot shoot the ball whatsoever, and I'm not sure that could work out. Now I do believe he will get a jump shot eventually, not yet, eventually, but I'm still not sure if this will work out. And now add LeBron James to this team. Can you see this team beating Golden State? Still no. I'm not even sure that team could beat Boston. Sorry. With Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, I still don't see that team beating even Boston, not even Golden State. So I like the idea of LeBron James, Philadelphia, Ben Simmons, LeBron James, Princeton, the King, but still I don't think this team is good enough to beat Golden State, and that's the only problem here. Can LeBron James' team beat Golden State Warriors? That's the only question here. LeBron James wants the GOAT title, and he got to beat Golden State for that. Next up, we have the San Antonio Spurs, and possibly one of the biggest pros are Greg Popovich. LeBron James, as you all know, respects Popovich so much, but the only problem with that is, when is Greg Popovich going to retire? It's coming pretty darn soon. That's one of the reasons why Chris Paul leaned away from San Antonio in free agency last year. When is he going to retire? And also the age for San Antonio Spurs, Tony Parker, Paul Gasol, Marcus Aldridge, those type of players, Manu on the other side of 30-ish, you know, when are they going to retire? When are they going to decline? LeBron James, and also will LeBron James go into the Greg Popovich system? If he does, his stats are going to decline, as you all know. But is it worth it to play with a top 5? I would say top 3 player in Kawhi Leonard. Imagine Kawhi, LeBron James, who also Rudy Gay. That could look in LaMarcus Aldridge. That's pretty darn good. But Kawhi at the 3, LeBron at the 4, either or is fine. That's looking pretty darn nasty. I'm not gonna lie. Is that team better than the Warriors? Maybe. Kawhi by himself can beat the Warriors? Maybe. I'm not sure. But that team right there, I'm not sure at whatsoever. But let's move right along. Last but certainly not least, the Boston Celtics. Now, I'm hearing this thing pick up a lot of steam from Stephen A. Smith to others. Boston Celtics now. Away from the Kyrie LeBron situation there, but LeBron James on Boston could work out pretty darn well. The only problem there is Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, all of that small forward, shooting guard, power forward situation. It could possibly work. It could work, but going head to head with the Warriors, that's probably at the most potential there with Boston Celtics. And plus, there's still a young team, so LeBron James later on in his career don't have to do too much work. Still could be a 25-5, 28-8 guy even still. With Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Al Horford aging very well, Boston Celtics seem like the ideal fit. Now I think LeBron James should go to Boston. Well, we decided the Kyrie and LeBron thing there. Away from that, LeBron James to me is LeBron James in Boston is the best option. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Imagine Kyrie, LeBron, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Terry Rozier as well. It's going to be interesting if that happens. But I do predict LeBron James to sign with LA this free agency. Possibly with Paul George, maybe Cousins, and also don't forget Isaiah Thomas. Is he going to do this free agency? I honestly don't know at all. We gotta wait to see what things happen, but free agency 2018 begins July 1st, a month or so away. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I do think it's LA. It just seems like a LeBron James move. But guys, Travis out. See you guys later. Peace. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize.